Diary of St. Francis de Sales, November 5th. My soul, have you never heard how the Lord your God asked you and said like to Abraham, "Walk before me and be perfect"? Surely you have heard it and responded, "Depart from me, I do not want to walk the path of your commandments." Alas, how many times have you, with your sins, rejected God's inspirations? How many times have you rejected him? Alas, how justly the paternal voice of God laments about us, saying through the prophet Isaiah, "All day long I have stretched out my hands to a people who do not believe, who contradict me." And in Genesis, he exclaims, "I regret having created man." Alas, good God, does this lament not serve to open our hearts? Family Sermons. On November 5th, 1605, our bishop was on a pastoral visit to various parishes, including St. Roman. There he found the inhabitants immersed in great superstitions and miserably tormented by the devil, so much so that at one point a large number of those possessed were counted. The witnesses accompanying him on these visits declared that horrible things were seen and heard. The holy bishop placed himself among them and gently spoke to them as a good shepherd. Then they came closer, one by one. He asked them to open their eyes and mouths, blessed them, saying that the devil often works through the mouth and eyes. He performed exorcisms on people and places. A total of 82 possessed individuals were cured. Thus, the inhabitants were left in peace, under the blessing of their angelic prelate. Reflection on November 5th. The message from the Family Sermons by St. Francis de Sales calls us to reflect on how we often resist divine inspirations and stray from God's commandments. Through biblical reference, we are reminded that our actions can cause divine pain and lament, urging us to open our hearts to God's grace and walk in his presence with integrity and virtue. The story of November 5th, 1605, illustrates St. Francis de Sales' dedication as a spiritual guide and his focus on liberating people from evil. Facing superstitions and demonic oppression, he used his spiritual authority and pastoral compassion to bring peace and healing to a tormented community. This example highlights his role not only as a bishop, but as a shepherd who genuinely cares for his flock, using faith and kindness to combat evil and restore harmony.